Good afternoon and welcome one and all. You join us for this one-day international match between India and New Zealand. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me in the commentary box today is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy and the irrepressible David Gower.
Hi others, looking forward to this one. So I've been taking a look at the conditions to see what the captains might decide at the toss. And it really does seem like a batter's paradise. Don't think the bowlers were getting a lot of help on this pitch. A lot of cloud around, but the forecast says we don't need our... Called it correctly, and they'll opt to bat first.
Go. First ball of the innings about to be bowled. Right. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Lovely shot to start the innings. Unfortunate they just couldn't find a gap.
Wait on.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Wait.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot. Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Wait.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Just threw the shot too early. Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
The over ends with no change to the scoring. After some superb bowling, it looks tough to find ways of getting the ball away. The right armour is coming into the attack from the north end.
Wait there. Yep.
A couple on offer here.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Nice solid defensive shot.
Good spot there, making it difficult to get away. That was a good slow ball. Picked up well though. Got that defensive shot in, nice and simple.
Yes.
They'll get at least one. Doesn't beat the infield.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
That sees the completion of the over. A good one too, not many opportunities to score.
வணக்கம் மோகன் ப்ரோ, எப்படி ப்ரோ இருக்கீங்க? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா?
No runs on that occasion.
Oh my god, டாஸ் தோத்துட்டேன் ப்ரோ. தோத்ததுனால பவுலிங் போடணும். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 50 ஓவர் பவுலிங் போடணும் ப்ரோ. வச்சு செய்வானுங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் பேட்டிங் ஆட முடியும். லெட்ஸ் see, பாப்போம் எப்படி போகுது. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? உங்களுக்கு எப்படி போகுது? Come on, எடுங்கடா அடி.
Nicely ran, working the ball away into the gaps to find the easy single.
Drives and misses everything.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
Yep.
Good shot. A beauty.
You sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well timed, and 4 runs.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
They're fast between the wickets. Good fielding keeps it close though.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Comfortable single if they take it.
Seemingly wanting to keep the strike. That would have been a simple single.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
There'll be runs here.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Keeper.
Nice shot. Runs possible. Straight to the fielder. End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. New Zealand are 17 for none.
Wait there.
Conway shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Yes.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Keepers.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Yes.
Massive edge.
Good return, back from the deep.
A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yes.
Couldn't get it through the field. 4 runs added in the over. New Zealand are 21 for none.
Wait.
Just threw the shot too early.
Wait on.
Good footwork behind the stumps, taking it cleanly. No interest, though, from the batter.
Loud shout.
Yes.
Nicked it, but that's going all the way. Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Just need to settle down. The timing is off. These deliveries are there to be hit, but it's a time for cool heads.
The end of a tidy over. Batting doesn't seem to be easy out there at the moment. Good pressure building.
Wait.
Thought it got past them, but a fantastic dive to cut it off.
I think that's called for the front foot. Not by much, but that doesn't matter.
Overstepped on that occasion.
Yeah.
Dismisses that for 4. A bit of West Indian flair to that.
In the end, a very simple shot. Lets the ball come onto the bat and cuts it away for 4.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Well, that was just an awesome delivery. whizzed past the batsman. The umpire says that's the first of two.
Yes.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Bold, disturbs the furniture.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Nichols, whose first task is getting themselves settled. Five runs added in the over. New Zealand are 31 for 1. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Yeah, yeah.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected. Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yes.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
Waiting.
The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming from it. Both sides need to inject some life into this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Yep.
Super shot.
A poor delivery, and you don't pass up chances like that. Crashed away for 4.
Sharma, I don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. Edged. Bowler is confident on this one. And safely taken by the keeper.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading up to this game, and will want to show everyone their strength.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
No waiting around, off the mark straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
They may have overstepped. The captain shouldn't be disappointed by the effort, just need to adjust the run-up.
Could that be out? Looks so.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Yeah. Keepers.
That shot allows them to get off the mark.
Yes.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Oh, good running. It needed to be as well. That's probably a lot closer than they expected.
End of the over, 12 runs coming from it. New Zealand are 45 for 3.
Right on.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Bowl chops it back onto the stumps. You can see the disappointment.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled.
Waiting.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
Waiting. Yes. Keeper.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Doesn't beat the infield.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
We've reached the end of the fielding restrictions. There'll be changes to the field, I imagine. India can now have 4 fielders outside the circle.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it. A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Kannan bro, hi bro. வணக்கம் வாங்க, வெல்கம் டு தி ஸ்ட்ரீம். எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
Seems very confident with that one. Gone! Fine catch.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Yeah.
Well placed. Should get a single. There'll be one run here for them.
Just a little bit wide. Well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third. Just threw the shot too early.
India found some good rhythm in that over. They'll want to maintain it going forwards.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap.
Waiting.
Just threw the shot too early.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Great bowling, really hitting their straps.
Nice solid defensive shot.
Just slowing things down. Nothing to risk on that delivery, just keeping the bowler honest.
There'll be runs here.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Waiting.
A little late on that, no runs scored.
End of the over, and again it's a good one for the bowling side. Not letting batters build any momentum.
Wait there.
Straight to the fielder. Nice shot, runs possible.
Yes.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Misses everything.
You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper.
Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body. End of the over, a good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Waiting.
Mitchell was maybe a bit too eager. The ball wasn't really there to play that shot.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Bowler.
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keeps the pressure on the bowlers.
Yeah, yeah.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keeper. Wait.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yeah, yep.
Into the gap, nice shot.
Bowler.
A couple on offer here. End of the over. New Zealand are 55 for 5. The right arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the south end. Edged it. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
No interest on that occasion to play at the ball.
A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Mitchell watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Maybe they didn't pick that up very late on the shot. A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot, though.
Yep.
Chance to run two.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Giving them absolutely nothing here at the moment. Another over gone and not much from it. Finds the edge. And gone straight to the keeper.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yes, nice bowling.
Ah, negated the spin well then. Got nicely on top of the bounce.
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Wait on it.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Another really good over comes to an end. The batters just haven't been able to cut loose in the last few overs.
The bat was very late coming down on that.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Well, they were moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on. Edged.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it.
Probably should have gotten back for a second there. Need to push a bit harder on that first one.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring.
Yes. Yep.
5 runs added in the over. New Zealand are 75 for 6.
Waking.
Big edge! Doesn't beat the infield.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Yep.
Massive edge!
Waiting.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap. Decisive running might have got them to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yep.
Just pivoted onto the back foot. So easily done to knock it behind square.
End of the over, 3 runs coming from it. New Zealand are 78 for 6.
Nice.
Right over the top of it, nicely smothering the spin there.
Waiting.
A little late on that, no run scored. Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot. That was a pretty wild delivery, lost all control.
Wait on it.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
It was slightly shorter, but it was seen early. Got onto the back foot quickly. Just pushed it away behind square.
New Zealand weren't given much of an opportunity, a very tidy over. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Waiting.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
Waiting.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yes.
Huge edge. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Yep.
That's off the middle of the bat.
Strong throw in from the outfield, right to the stumps. It's easy runs there at this level when you stray a little down the leg side. Tucked it nicely off the pads for more runs.
Bowler is confident on this one.
Yep.
There'll be runs here, straight to the fielder.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
6 runs added there. New Zealand are 87 for 6. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Bowler. Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it. You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper.
Yep. Yep.
Good bit of timing there.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. New Zealand, a 98 for 6.
Yep. Keeper.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs. A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Yeah, yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better. It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep. Bowler.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep.
Just a little bit wide. Well picked up. And let the ball do all the work, really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Great shot through the gap. A couple on offer here.
Surprised they didn't go for a third. Would have been a very simple run.
Over. New Zealand are 106 for 6.
Waiting.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Misses out there on the short and wide one. No interest on that occasion to play at the ball. Nice running between the wickets. Clipping the pads though, not the bats.
Waiting.
Couldn't get it through the field. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Oh, didn't get the feet moving. Played down the wrong line, threw the hands at it, got nothing on the ball.
End of the over. New Zealand are 107 for 6.
Yep.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these.
Solid partnership, 50 so far. Now it's time to really build a big score.
Waiting.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Now that was beautifully struck with a perfect straight bat.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake.
Yep.
Quick onto that in the infield.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
Yes.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
They'll get at least one. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming from it. Both sides need to inject some life into this game.
Yep.
Massive edge, misses everyone, and that's racing away.
Didn't time it at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Well-directed short ball, sways out of the way.
A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Waiting.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding. Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Got right in behind it. 10 runs added there. New Zealand are 124 for 6. Going with spin now.
Yes.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Probably should have gotten back for a second there. Need to push a bit harder on that first one. Timing just a little early on that occasion.
Oh, yes, nice bowling.
Smothered the spin, played it well.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Unable to get the scoreboard moving.
Big edge. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper.
Misjudged that throw, and the batters survived what would have been a certain run out.
5 runs added in that over. New Zealand are 129 for 6. Going with pace now.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot, couldn't find a gap. I'm not sure what happened with that delivery, maybe trying the slower ball, but just got it all wrong.
Waiting.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Waiting.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Waiting.
A little late on that, no run scored.
Waiting. Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
Decisive running might have gotten 2. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily, so in the end, poor running.
4 runs added in that over. New Zealand for 133 for 6.
Waiting.
Beaten on the drive.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Waiting.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot.
The whole team goes up for that one. They feel pretty confident about this.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It looked like it would be moving to a big score, but it's not to be.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket. Straight to the fielder. End of the over. A wicket to show for it, and nothing added to the scoreboard. New Zealand for 133 for 7.
A little bit of wobble on that ball and it's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot though. Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot ball. Short and wide. Did well to get some bat on that.
Solid defence, very compact.
That was a good slower ball. Santner picked it up well but was unable to do much with it.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible. There'll be one run here for them.
Wasn't a bad ball, got it short enough, but they were onto it so early. Pivoted onto the back foot and punched it away behind square.
Drives and misses everything.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning.
Waiting.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs. Massive edge. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Yep.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep. By no means have they set the world alight with this innings, but 50 to their name in what's been a very professional innings. Well, that's perhaps a little harsh. I felt it wasn't that wide. Just threw the shot too early.
Zeland are now on 138 for 7.
End of the over, 4 off it. New Zealand are 138 for 7.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Good cricket all round, good delivery, timed well, but straight to the fielder. Well directed short ball, did well to keep that down.
misses everything.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
There'll be runs here.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
End of the over. A good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one. Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there. Just threw the shot too early.
Couldn't get it through the field.
A little late on that. No runs scored. That shot allows them to get off the mark.
Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. Those runs were really starting to flow.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They will be looking for another quick wicket.
A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Edged, unplayable. Wow, that's missed the lot.
It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
They'll get at least one.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Quick onto that in the infield.
You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper.
Another really good over comes to an end. The batters just haven't been able to cut loose in the last few overs.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
No shot offered. Gone right through the defences.
Another one goes off to the sheds. That's 9 down. Some good bowling finding this tail out. And it certainly feels like this is close to the finish.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Right over the top of it, nicely smothering the spin there.
Wait there.
Good piece of bowling there. A little bit of pace off the delivery, and the batter is all at sea.
India applying the squeeze out there. Back-to-back overs without a run being scored. Edged it. Big shout. Definitely worth having a look. We'll need a large slice of luck for this not to be the end of the innings.
Was there an edge? This could be trouble.
No change to the decision and the review is lost. They thought there were 2 noises.
I'm not hearing anything on this. That could be trouble.
Total just means the bowlers have really got to be on their game. Feels a really below par score. The openers will be keen to knock off these runs quickly. Not a huge total to chase down. The bowlers will need to make early inroads if they're to make it interesting.
Okay. So ஒரு குட்டி பிரேக் எடுத்துட்டு வந்தாச்சு. ஸோ இந்த அளவுக்கு மோசமா ஆடுவாங்க நியூசிலாந்து நான் எதிர்பார்க்கல.
A lovely shorter ball, just keeping them honest. Still got a chance to use another one in this over.
It's a boundary.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with aplomb.
Boundary for Rogi.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Just
misses out there on the short and wide one.
That's right off the meter.
Come on.
Had all the time
Let's
in the world
go
to get
for
in position to play that ball.
Another
Timed
wicket.
it nicely for 4 runs.
Ferguson shouldn't be. Too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots, just need to tighten their areas now.
Come on, it's boundary.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board. Tickner coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble.
Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
In the air, looks to be landing safely.
Avoided the fielders, 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shot.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
Come on, kill on fire.
Front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
Super piece of timing.
That was a very well-timed shot off the back foot. Saw it really early and it was dispatched with ease.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come. Out. Pretty straightforward catch in the end.
How is that?
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they got out like that.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board. Edged. Strong appeal. Gone. Another one goes. 2 wickets and 2 balls. And they're on a roll now.
Just managed to clasp their hands around that one. Disappointment for the batter, joy for the bowler. Another wicket down, this one without scoring.
3 balls is all it took, and the top order has been skittled out. What a hat-trick.
So that's the 3rd wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. Will have to wait, though, to face their first ball. Misses everything.
Yep.
Not a very smart shot. Got nothing onto it in the end.
Yep.
Finds the fielder with that shot. There'll be one run here for them. A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
A reckless heave. This batter is usually a bit more elegant in their stroke play than this. Poor batting.
That's an unbelievable shot
6
into the crowd.
That just drifted a bit and pounced on. Hit high and mighty. They'll be very happy with that.
Very sweet off the bat and 4 all the way.
The timing on that shot was just perfect. Brilliant shot. It was a boundary the moment it hit the bat.
Waiting.
Oh, there you go. A no ball. Maybe just trying a little too hard. Just need to get more control back.
Ferguson will be disappointed
No
with
ball,
the previous
no
delivery. Not up to their normal standards. Hit that hard, nailed it.
6
I think it's time to re-look at the run-up. There's definitely something not right.
போடு again no ball.
We've all been there. Nothing seems
யார்
to be
சாமி
going
நீங்கெல்லாம்?
right. All you can do is get your head down and remember the basics.
Catch it. Yep.
A loose delivery, seen early, and it was dispatched easily.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over. Beaten on the drive.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Catch it.
That's a long way up. Is there anyone there to catch it?
போயிட்டு வா. ஒரு
That
6.
ball was just an invitation that was accepted by return of post.
Boundary ada.
Disappointed with that delivery.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary. Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Gone. It's a good catch.
Tapavi 4th wicket எடுத்துட்டாயா?
Another one gone. The 4th wicket is in the bag. A bit of trouble if there was another to
Was
fall
she
quickly.
here?
Very bowling.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
A little bit of confusion out in the middle, but they've got back quickly. No harm done. Both batters survive.
No.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Drives and misses everything.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
5 runs added in the over. India are 57 for 4.
It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
They'll get at least 1.
The short ball is picked up early. Not the best delivery, but it was certainly a very good shot to dispatch it.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Catch it!
Overstepping, just a little too eager on that delivery.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
Keepers!
Gone, brilliant in the field.
Starting to get really interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
Catch it!
Well placed, should get a single. Out! Good catch.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
Get on!
Doesn't beat the infield. A direct hit and this could be gone.
Confusion written on the batters' faces. A mix-up that almost led to a run-out.
Yep.
Massive chance. Trouble. Oh, gone.
They've played the most brilliant innings here, which could well have turned this match around. It's certainly entertained this crowd, who's loved every minute of it.
Wait! Yep! No!
Our mix-up there. They've been going so well out in the middle. The first sign of miscommunication.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Oh, didn't get the feet moving. Played down the wrong line. Threw the hands at it. Got nothing on the ball.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
That shot sees them get their innings started.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Yes, bowler!
A couple on offer here.
No waiting around. Off the mark straight away.
Yep. Yes, keeper!
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Yep. No!
There's trouble here.
Trouble. Complete mix-up between these two. Just avoided an embarrassing run-out.
4 runs added there. India are 79 for 7.
Great one!
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Brilliant shot that.
Everything was right about it. The footwork to get back, and then the bat coming through the ball beautifully.
Nice one! Yep.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
A brilliantly timed shot off the back foot. It just flew to the boundary for 6.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
You don't chase those down. Brilliantly timed off the back foot, and that's raced to the boundary.
Yep.
Out. That's a special catch.
Another one, 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Yes, keeper.
Needs a direct hit.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Keeper.
Good pickup. Big chance.
Well, the communication's not great between these two. There's a lot of hesitation in their calls. On that occasion, looking for a second. In the end, a good decision not to go through with it. Well, that's perhaps a little harsh. I felt it wasn't that wide.
Yep.
Dismisses that for 4. A bit of West Indian flair to that.
Got it well enough to get it away to the boundary. A poor delivery and a fine shot in the end.
Balaji CR bro. Hi bro. Welcome to the stream. Vaanga.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch. And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
No trouble at all to punch it away to the boundary for 4. A poor delivery.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Yep.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it.
Yes, keeper.
Not the ideal way of handling that ball.
Yep.
Misjudged that throw and the batter survived what would have been a certain run out. Moving well between the wickets. Great running, fantastic running, but it's leg byes to the total.
Ferguson from the north end.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
Worked it onto the leg side and got some easy runs. Overstepping. Just a little too eager on that delivery.
Ferguson is usually very good at not bowling no balls. Must have got something wrong with the run-up. Edged it.
That wasn't the best delivery I've seen, but somehow they get away with it.
A wonderful delivery.
வணக்கம் இபு வாங்க நீங்கதாயா ஒயிட்டின் சீக்கிரம் நான் இல்லையா நாம பாட்டுக்கு ஏதோ அமைதியா உட்கார்ந்து உருட்டிக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன் என்ன போய் ஒயிட்டின் சீக்கிரம் நீதாயா அதெல்லாம் என்ன vlog எல்லாம் எப்படி போகுது கேமிங்ல இருந்து vlogக்கு மாறிட்டீங்கன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டேன் நான் அந்த இன்டர்வியூ சீரிஸ் வீடியோ பார்த்தேன் ஃபன்னா இருந்துச்சு
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
Extra width gives them a free swing at the ball. Gone a long way back.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away. That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
The runs are starting to come now. Really good shot for 6. This innings is starting to build.
Questions will begin to be asked.
மிச்சல்
Should the captain make a
சாண்டினர்
change?
வந்திருக்கார்.
A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries. Great shot through the gap.
Come on.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery.
Boundary.
Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary. That's a
Wide
tough
it.
call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Wide தானடா.
Big shot.
அவுட்லைன்ல ஓடுரு. Pitching leg side.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued. Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Single.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
The end of another over. This time, though, some more fielding changes are coming as the restrictions are lifted. Two more fielders can now go outside.
Bracewell வந்திருக்காரு. Bracewell.
Picks the gap
ஓடு
perfect.
கேப்ல.
There was minimal follow through, just great timing to punch it through the field for four.
Yep.
A really good 50 partnership. These two are looking strong. And it's going to take something special to break it up.
Times it nicely.
Nice
Beautifully
boundary.
struck with a perfect straight bat.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come
Score
of this
level.
delivery, I wonder?
Yep, yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
From the moment the openers walked
Win.
onto the ground, you felt they knew it was their day. A huge win and fully
முடிச்சது.
deserved.
Well, that was a really one-sided contest. The result never looking in depth.
Okay. Thank you மக்களே. நாளா அன்னைக்கு திருப்பி சந்திப்போம்.